USA! Welcome to Flag Stewards, be a stud citizen, reminders from our flag for Wednesday, March 10th of 2021. Not my best shout out to get the day going, but we're here nonetheless for you pandemic frustrated and isolated students and citizens across America. Let's start it off as we usually do. Make sure we got our flag in the right position. So where's our flag, the U.S. flag at half staff today? Well, we've got only one new half staff, and that's a half staff that, this is unusual, that's concurrent to an ongoing half staff. So in Michigan, they have a one-day half staff in honor and remembrance of the first COVID-19 case being diagnosed there in the state of Michigan. The first anniversary date is today. And we've got 5 other half staffs that are continuing in Michigan, Illinois, Texas, and Pennsylvania. So check it out by clicking on the link below. Today's historical moment from our flag remembers the time when 3 different country flags were raised over St. Louis on the same day. Yeah, that's why they call it the Three Flags Day, March 10th of 1804. There was a ceremony completed in St. Louis, Missouri, where within 24 hours, from the morning of March 9th to the morning of March 10th, 3 different country flags flew over the Louisiana Territory, because that's what it was back then. First, you had on March 9th, the new U.S. Lieutenant Governor of the District of Louisiana. That's what they called the kind of the governance and in the area that he was in charge of back then. He was joined by Meriwether Lewis of the famous Lewis and Clark expedition and ordered the flag of Spain, which had flown over the territory for 36 years, to be lowered and replaced with the flag of France. Why? Because France had recently acquired the Louisiana Territory from Spain and then quickly turned around and sold it to the U.S. government, to Thomas Jefferson, more specifically. All right, our then president. And then the flag of France was then replaced at sunrise on March 10th with the U.S. flag, symbolizing the territory's new owner. So yeah, in 24 hours, switched through 3 flags and now set the stage for the Lewis and Clark to make their expedition within coming weeks in May to go explore that Louisiana Territory, all the way from the Mississippi to the Pacific Ocean. Wouldn't that have been cool? Be one of the first to travel across our great western plains and mountains and then the West Coast. Must have been pretty awesome. Scary, I'm sure, at times as well. Today's interesting quote from our flag speaks to the social justice, political, and other protests we've witnessed these past couple of years. A quote from Thomas Jefferson, who was president again when we had the Louisiana Territory acquired. Something he said to William Stephen Smith: "What country can preserve its liberties if its rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance?" Yeah, that's all part of our freedom of speech and freedom to resist what we don't feel is right. And we continue to do that when we see wrongs and we see things that need to be improved in our country. So let's wrap it up now with today's fun from our flag. It's a joke about the St. Louis. Well, not the St. Louis, but a joke about St. Louis, the gateway to the West, the launch point of the Lewis and Clark expedition through the Louisiana Territory. And this is kind of tied into my own life. So I've got my father-in-law who lives in St. Louis. All right, so here we are visiting my father-in-law during the holidays. I ask him, "Hey, why do you and your JC buddies, why are you so friendly and charitable to all?" And he jokingly says, "It's because misery loves company." And if you live in Missouri, you get it. Misery is how a lot of them, Missouri, it sounds like misery, is how they pronounce Missouri. It's because misery loves company. All right, and then he added, "And lately, I know it sounds backwards, but my buddy and I are actually happy while we're into the Blues," meaning they're into their NHL team, the St. Louis Blues. I know, not the best jokes, but hopefully it gives you a little smile, maybe just at my expense, so that you can start your day off right. And now we jump into the Pledge of Allegiance. Students across America at home or school, thankful for the Louisiana Purchase and the 15 states that came from it. Let's please unite and recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's it. Go out and be a stud citizen. Keep America beautiful. And remember, in God we trust.